started using them probably like, gosh, I don't even know, maybe close to 10 years ago, at least 5 years ago. The best everyday cleanser, and I feel like I'm so late in trying this one. Next is a product that I quite literally cannot live without anymore, and it made the best of cleansers in 2022. Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the best cleansers of 2024. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録 shichatte kudasai. So yes, it is that time of year again where I'm sharing the best beauty products from each product category in my personal opinion. I have actually been doing these best of videos since 2018, which is pretty crazy. They have taken different shapes and forms along the years, but I feel like I've somewhat solidified the style I want to do these end of year best of videos in. So yeah, I hope you guys still want to see them because they're just going to keep coming. Although there is going to be a tiny bit of a difference in this year's videos compared to the last couple of years due to some feedback I received from you guys. So in the past, I always just introduced new discoveries of that year, but you guys said that you wanted to see my holy grails or the products that I still continue to use all of the time that year, even if I had previously mentioned them. So from this year, the best of videos are going to include holy grails, longtime favorites, as well as new discoveries, just the products that I use the most that year. It's like my own little best Cosmo awards, and there's going to be like Hall of Fame products and stuff as well, if that makes sense. Before we get into the best cleansers of 2024, I thought I should mention that my skin type is dry and dehydrated, and the general climate that I live in is on the dry side, being Melbourne, Australia. We are going to start with more of my holy grail, most mentioned products first, and then go into new discoveries this year. So the first product is my favorite oil cleanser of all time, and this hasn't changed for quite some time because this cleanser made it into my best of 2022 video, which is 4 years ago, and I'm still using it to this day, and it is the MUJI Mild Oil Cleanser. Unfortunately, I don't actually have a fresh bottle for you guys because I emptied this one just a couple of days ago, and recently I had a comment from one of you saying like, Tina, do you still like the MUJI Mild Cleanser? Yes, I do, and I have been using it throughout this year as well and emptied one again. So let's break it down to the 3 main reasons to why this still is my holy grail oil cleanser. Number 1, it is a really nice lightweight texture, so it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. Number 2, you can use it with wet hands and face, which is quite important to me because I generally do cleanse in the shower. So it's nice to be able to use a cleanser that doesn't kind of get thick or gluggy when your hands and face are wet. It still has that strong cleansing power to it. And number 3 is that it has a simple but effective ingredients list. The main ingredients it uses is olive, jojoba, and sunflower seed oil, which my skin seems to love. It never clogs my pores or anything, and yeah, I still use it all of the time, and this is a cleanser that I just leave inside my shower. It is also like fragrance, colorant, mineral oil, and alcohol free, and generally speaking it is pretty affordable, and I can access it just like in store in Australia as well. So that is the reason to why I just continue to use this one. Next is a product that I quite literally cannot live without anymore, and it made the best of cleansers in 2022, and it is the Heroine Make Speedy Mascara Remover. So there was a period where I stopped using a waterproof mascara just from the sheer fact of how hard it was to remove at the end of the day. But after discovering this, I can literally wear whatever mascara I want, and I can always get it off because it works like absolute magic. If you're someone who uses waterproof mascara or you're not wearing it for that reason, like just try this and you will understand. The product itself basically looks like a mascara, but inside it is a comb where it helps to brush on that formula onto your lashes. Now while it's on there, it works its magic and melts down all of that waterproof mascara, and then when you go to actually wash it off, it's already melted it down, so it's super duper easy to remove it without having to scrub at it. I've been getting lash lifts more frequently for the last couple of years, and one of the things they tell you is just not to rub at it, so it kind of holds that lift for longer. This type of product just makes it so much easier, and I have tried a couple different other brands recently, the Bufesta and Can Make, and they do not live up to the Heroine Make at all. These are both products that I've been using for years and years, but still I continued to use them again this year in 2024. Okay, now we're going to move on to the new discoveries of this year, starting off with the best cleansing oil, the Kose Softymo Speedy Cleansing Oil. So I feel like this is a cleanser that a lot of you guys had told me to try or like asked me my opinion on it, and I kind of always brushed it off. I know, I'm sorry, but it was because in the past I had already tried it and I felt like it just wasn't that worth the hype. Like I didn't think it was that good of a cleanser, but this is probably about 10 or so years ago. So I tried this probably renewed formula since then. I mean, 10 years ago, they probably most likely did change the formula. And yes, it is a good cleanser. I agree with you guys. It was definitely one of my most used cleansers this year. And again, same like the MUJI, I kept this one in the shower because it works really well even if your hands and face are wet. This one does use mineral oil as the main ingredient, but it does include other kind of natural oils too, like olive, sesame seed, safflower, sunflower, jojoba, and corn germ oil. I would say it is a pretty lightweight formula compared to the MUJI. I don't know, I feel like it's about the same or a tiny bit thicker, but again, it does remove makeup really, really well, even when wet, which is something that I do seek personally. I know it's also very, very affordable, even if you find it online. So if you are looking for that type of oil cleanser, I feel like you would absolutely love it. Next, I do have the best one-step cleanser. So I don't quite know if it fits into the oil-based cleanser or the water-based cleanser category. The Naturium Niacinamide Cleansing Jelly 3%. When it comes to cleansers, it seems like I definitely gravitate towards those ones that have good usability, because this one is another one that I keep in my shower specifically for those days when I do just want to do a one-step cleanse. So those are the days that for me, I'm usually just wearing sunscreen. So I want something that's going to remove it well, but I don't feel like it's quite necessary to do a in-depth double cleanse. And that is why this cleanser is perfect for those times, because you can use it on a dry or wet face. It does also help to dissolve makeup oil and other impurities. So it's going to have enough cleansing power to remove that oil-based sunscreen, but it's not going to over cleanse your skin since it is still a really nice light gel texture that foams up ever so slightly. It is in the name of the product, but it does include 3% of niacinamide, which obviously has a ton of benefits, and I feel like it leaves my skin feeling cleansed but also smooth and soft at the same time. Now we are going to move on to our water-based cleansers, and the first one I have is the best powder cleanser of this year, and it is the Suisai Beauty Clear Gold Powder Wash. Guys, I am absolutely shocked, but I guess I have never included the Suisai powders in a best of video before. What? I am also shocked, but that is why I thought I should definitely include it this year, because I have used this a ton, especially the past month when I was in Japan. Me and Logan together went through basically a whole container, 30 uses of this, and I have used it time and time again, especially when I travel. Maybe that's why I never included it, because I felt like I wasn't using it for like extended periods, but they are literally the perfect cleanser to take when you are traveling, because sorry, that was a little loud. They first of all come in these little cubes, which makes it very light to pack and they don't take up much space, and you can take just as many as you need during your travels. They are also a lightly exfoliating cleanser, as most powder cleansers are. So while you are traveling, I generally don't recommend using like strong exfoliants unless you're like 100% good with it no matter what, because your skin is generally unstable when you travel, just because you're out of your regular routine. You're usually eating different food or sleeping different, but these ones, it does it in such a gentle way that it will never over exfoliate your skin. It uses enzymes like lipase and protease to help break down those dead skin cells as well as excess sebum, and it leaves your skin well cleansed, really, really smooth, but not drying. I do have dry skin, yet I can use them every single day. I don't use them morning and night because I do feel like it's a little bit excessive. I either just do a water cleanse or use a really like gentle cleanser in the morning if I really need to, but I can use this every night and it doesn't ever feel like it's over cleansing or drying out my skin. There are 3 different types: the regular one, the cold one, and the black one. Personally, I just use the gold one because it does have slightly more moisturizing ingredients. It does use sunflower seed and avocado oil to help just moisturize the skin a little bit more. But yeah, I have been using them non-stop, and I started using them probably like, gosh, I don't even know, maybe close to 10 years ago, at least 5 years ago. But yeah, I felt like it definitely needed to be mentioned in a best of video. Next, I have the best morning cleanser. It is the Lagom Cellup Gel to Water Cleanser. As I mentioned earlier, generally I try not to use a cleanser in the morning just because of my dry skin. If I don't feel like my skin needs that cleanser, I will try not to use it. But if I wake up kind of extra oily, or I just use pimple patches and my skin is feeling sticky, I do feel the need to use a cleanser, and that is when I reach for this one. It is a gel formula. Well, it's called gel to water. So it comes out a thicker gel and then it turns into more of a hydrating lightweight water texture, which feels absolutely lovely on the skin. It does not foam up, so it helps to retain that hydration to your skin, and it cleanses well, yet it doesn't dry out your skin. Like, it's just, I don't know, it is very ideal for the morning, especially for someone who does have drier skin. It uses plant-derived surfactants as the kind of cleansing ingredients, and I do believe it has a tiny bit of a scent to it. I think it uses some essential oils, so obviously if you are sensitive to essential oils, I would say avoid it, but if not, it has a really nice light fresh texture, and yeah, it is just a joy to use in the morning. Has been my absolute go-to morning cleanser this year. Next, I have the best gentle cleanser find of this year, and it is the MUJI Milk Face Soap. So I know in English it doesn't say milk, but in Japanese it does actually say milk on the bottle, because the formula and texture, as you can see, is quite a milky formula. So I did buy this on a whim, just thinking, oh, milk like face wash. I feel like that would be good, that would be gentle, and yeah, it is exactly that. There is nothing fancy about it, I must say. It is super duper simple. It just does the job. Really basic ingredients, as most MUJI products are, but it is great for those days where my skin is feeling a little tingly, a little irritated. I just want the gentlest, kind of simplest cleanser. This is the one that I have been using, and it does still foam up to a nice lather. When my skin is feeling sensitive, I try to use like more of a lather so I don't have to apply pressure to my skin. That's about it. It's just simple, but I do still reach for it a lot, and so does Logan. I felt like my partner Logan has been reaching for this a ton this year too. As you may have noticed, I feel like MUJI does cleansing really well, because you don't really need anything fancy for a cleanser. You just need it to work, and you do wash it off. Like, you don't leave it on your skin. So I feel like cleansing products are definitely MUJI's kind of strong suit. It does use coconut derivatives as the cleansing agent, so I know some people cannot do coconut oil or coconut butter type ingredients, so yeah, just an FYI. But yes, that was a pleasant discovery this year too. The last one I have is the best everyday cleanser, and I feel like I am so late in trying this one, but here it is, the KraveBeauty Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser. I know so many people love this cleanser, and I get it. Like, it is a good cleanser. I don't know why it took me so long to try it. I can definitely claim it as like best gentle cleanser, like with the MUJI as well, but I felt like this one has a little bit more benefits from its ingredients, hence why I feel like it's better to use every day, because it's still gentle, but it's going to have a bit more kind of something to give to your skin. So the main ingredients are matcha, which is a antioxidant. Love to drink it too. It also uses hemp seed oil, which is rich in omega fatty acids, which has moisturizing properties. And then it also does have sodium PCA, which helps with hydration. Compared to the MUJI, it just has a little bit more oomph to it, hence why I would reach for using this every day, as it is still gentle, but it has those benefits. The texture is also very kind of interesting and fun to use, I guess. It is a jelly type formula that foams into a light lather. I actually think it's quite similar to the Isn't Green Tea Fresh Cleanser, I think is what it's called. I used a mini size of that and I was like, oh, these are really similar. This one has found its home in one of my showers too, and it is the one that I just reach for when I just don't know what to use. I'm like, what cleanser do I want to use today? I don't know, but this one is safe and gentle, so let's go for it. Well, there you have it. That is the first video of the end of year best of series for this year. I am so excited to continue them and see you guys' reaction and, you know, talk skincare with you all. If you do have another spare moment to hang out with me and watch another one of my videos, I would super duper appreciate it if you clicked on one of these, and I will, yeah, see you guys in the next best of video. Bye.